Concerns the Prime Minister and Congress President Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge. Now, during his rally in MP's Damo, Prime Minister Modi has hit out at the Congress party and he has said that when Congress is in power, they abuse the Sanatan Dharma, and when not in power, they remember the Pandavas. Remember, in fact, this is in response to the comments that were made by the Congress President Mallikarjun Kharge when he was addressing a campaign meeting in Tatipur in Madhya Pradesh's Gwalior, where the Congress chief had termed the Enforcement Directorate, the Central Bureau of Investigation, the Income Tax, along with the Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the Chief Minister of the state, Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan, as the Panch Pandavas of the Bharatiya Janata Party. And this statement has been made in response to that. Of course, the controversy associated with Sanatan Dharma that was started by Udayanidhi Stalin also is seeing resonance in the poll-bound state of Madhya Pradesh. First, let's listen in to the reactions and what exactly had the Prime Minister said in response to the controversy associated with Sanatan Dharma and how the mention of Panch Pandavas was made by the Congress chief, Mr. Kharge.
जब रिमोट चलता है तब वो सनातन को गाली देते हैं, लेकिन रिमोट बंद हो गया तो उन्होंने कल पांडवों को याद किया, मतलब सनातन को याद किया.
Let me take this across to my colleague Aman Sharma, who's joining us live on the broadcast. Aman has been tracking all the developments in the poll-bound state of Madhya Pradesh. Aman, this is a very, very important bastion, the Hindi heartland for both the Bharatiya Janata Party and the Congress Party. Considering what was said by Mallikarjun Kharge in a rally in Gwalior, this is in response to that the Prime Minister is now making these comments. Just put this all to perspective for our viewers, please.
See, Griha, we are right now at the Prime Minister's second rally of the day in Guna. PM will soon be here. Another 10 and 15 minutes after his fourth rally, where the PM has mentioned this comment by Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge. The PM clearly saying in this election we are saying that Sanatan Dharma as well as the Ram Mandir. These are two themes that the BJP has strongly taken up in this election. On the Sanatan issue, as the Prime Minister said that क्या रिमोट से चल रहे हैं, सर पहले प्रधानमंत्री रिमोट से चलते थे, अब क्या मल्लिकार्जुन खड़गे भी रिमोट से चलते हैं, because earlier the Congress in a way backed the DMK when the DMK Udayanidhi Stalin had said that Sanatan Dharma needs to be eradicated, and now the Prime Minister is saying that when the remote is pressed again, Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge now says that the Congress is faced against the Panch Pandavas, and they are now reminiscing the Pandavas, and the Pandavas which Mr. Kharge referred to was Mr. Modi, Mr. Shivraj Singh Chauhan, the ED, IT and CBI.
Yes.
So in a way, the BJP attacking that comment, and obviously Sanatan is something, BJP has been raising in the Madhya Pradesh election, because this is in the heartland where the issue has a lot of resonance, and various BJP leaders from Prime Minister Modi to Home Minister Amit Shah have been raising this issue, and we'll be discussing to see what the Prime Minister says in Guna now in his second rally of the day on the fifth day out.
Aman, I'd like to understand how did these comments really land, considering the reference to the Panch Pandavas and, the entire epic when it comes to the Indian sentiments has been sort of made in a way where it is dissing the use of the central agencies and also talking about the Prime Minister and the Chief Minister of the state in the same light, talking about how there has been a misuse of central agencies and hence the reference of Panch Pandavas. How did the people really take it when Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge made these comments yesterday?
Well, I think the Congress, what it is trying here, Greya, is to use some interesting terms in a way to describe the ED, IT and CBI. They basically, in a few days back, the Congress leaders also said that they are just not fighting the BJP in this election. They are also fighting the three agencies which the opposition says is raiding opposition leaders in the poll-bound state. In fact,
Aman, I request you to stay on with us. I'm really sorry to interrupt you. We have Mr. Manikam Tagore with us on the broadcast. Mr. Tagore, first of all, thank you so much for joining us on the broadcast. I'd like to understand what has been the Congress's response to what the Prime Minister has now said after Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge made that comment in Madhya Pradesh yesterday.
It is very unfortunate, and Prime Minister Modi again and again stoops low, and he is insulting the tallest Dalit leader in the present Indian political structure. Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge is the Congress president and he is the opposition leader, and he is elected 12 times by the people of Karnataka, particularly from Gulbarga and other areas. Therefore, he is insulting him to be a remote control, which is unacceptable. We condemn it because Mr. Modi don't want to recognize any real Dalit leader and a backward leader. He is attacking them and he is making them lose their by his attacks. He thinks that people of India will make them into different level. But people of India respect Kharge Sahab, and Kharge Sahab is one of the strongest leaders of Congress party, and he is respected by all the communities, and he has been a leader who has risen from the roots of social yardship, and he has come to this level because of his hard work and the understanding of the people's pain.
Okay.
And Mr. Modi, as Prime Minister, should not have spoken about him like this.
But Mr. Tagore, tell me something. Whenever it is about a comment against the Congress party, this entire remote control jibe in the context of the Gandhi family dominating the Congress culture has always come in by the Bharatiya Janata Party. That's one aspect of it. The other is that entire reference of Mahabharata through the use of the words Panch Pandav, which Mr. Kharge was making. Remember, all of this is also coming in from his Ravan jibe that he had made, where he had, of course, spoken in reference to the Ramayana. All of that has always been getting him into a controversy. So why not refrain from such comments?
You have to understand one thing very clearly, that RSS is the remote control of BJP, and particularly that has been changed in BJP now. Now, Adani is the remote control of Mr. Adani, Mr. Modi. Mr. Adani controls Mr. Modi, and we all know that in that Congress leadership, particularly all the Congress leaders, including Kharge Sahab, has been attacking Adani and Mr. Modi. Therefore, Mr. Modi is comparing with all kind of nomenclatures, whatever he wants to use it, to defame Kharge Sahab, who is one of the tallest leaders of Indian political structure now.
Okay.
And what Kharge Sahab has meant in his speech about the Mahabharata thing is a different story, which Mr. Modi is trying to twist it to his favor. We all know that thing, that Mr. Modi is a great spinner who spins others' words.
Okay, so Mr. Varakan, let me actually, Mr. Tagore, I beg your pardon, let me actually bring in Mr. Tom Varakan of the Bharatiya Janata Party, who's also with us on the broadcast. I'd request you to stay on with us, Mr. Tagore. Let him also respond to this spin argument that you are making. Mr. Varakan, Manikam Tagore of the Congress party says this is disrespectful of the Prime Minister to be speaking of the Congress President in that light, and also he's accusing the Prime Minister of spinning an argument to his favor, where he is using this Pandavas narrative and speaking against the Congress party. How do you respond, sir?
Well, I have nothing to add to this followers of Soros. He's controlling the Congress party. For all practical purposes, he's playing the puppeteer. And there is remote control in 10 Janpat. So this man who passes as the Congress president is apparently yielding to pressure from nationally and internationally. So he is doing a tough walk on thin ice. Now this is, and then his pronouncements will be influenced from time to time by these advisors nationally and internationally. So these followers of Soros must realize that the country is woken up, and this is not an issue which is about a political party. This is about national security, and if national security is to be used on certain issues like this, it is certainly a situation where I think the country, the nation will take it seriously.
Mr. Tagore, would you like to respond to this? Because BJP is yet again coming back with the national security jibe. And on the one hand, the Congress is accusing Narendra Modi of being remote controlled by the Adani group. What about this argument of George Soros controlling the Congress party?
There is a laughable argument. And we all know that thing that BJP only invents because they have been practiced by RSS to do this kind of imaginary stories. People of India are not bothered about it, and people of India know that thing, that this government, particularly Mr. Adani is running the government, and Mr. Adani's government it is, and Mr. Adani from Ahmedabad controls the Prime Minister office and Prime Minister himself. And therefore, people of India will punish those people who are dancing to the tune of Mr. Adani.
But Mr. Vadakan, I'd also like to understand how is this argument suddenly going from the Sanatan Dharma and Pandavas controversy to Adani and Soros? This is just, just probably breaking away from what the real controversy is rather than being with the thick of things when it comes to elections in the state of Madhya Pradesh. There's been one comment that's been made by the Congress chief and there's a response by Prime Minister.
Let me put the record straight.
Yes.
They blame Adani for even rainfalls in certain areas. Now, Adani's investment has been made in their states, like the Chhattisgarh and other states that they rule. So tell me, if Adani was all that wrong by their logic, why are they taking investments from him? Why are they supporting me? Even West Bengal is taking investment from him to set up industry and to run the infrastructure. Now, if he was all that wrong, why were they admitting him there? Now, as to the Soros connect, let me tell you, Soros is upset with Adani because of his interests being affected internationally. So he wants to destroy Adani. So he is using the Adani script through the Congress, and that is why I claim that it is clearly this Adani script is essentially scripted by Soros, and these are cheerleaders of the Congress.
Okay.
And the Congress president.
This will go on and on. Let me actually get in Mr. Tagore back. Mr. Tagore, I want to understand this one crucial aspect. When this controversy of Sanatan Dharma started, and we are staying away from the Adani and the Soros reference at the moment, because right now the topical issue is what the Prime Minister has said over the comments of the Congress chief. When this Sanatan Dharma controversy started because of Udayanidhi Stalin, Congress was clearly divided with the comments that their senior leaders were making. Now the Prime Minister is using that same argument to accuse and target the Congress party. How do you choose to respond to that, sir?
That only I am telling you, that we are not against Sanatana Dharma, and we respect all other religions. That's very clear. That Prime Minister, because Mr. Modi is a pracharak and RSS man, therefore he is a great spinner and he is spinning that thing.
But do you think the Sanatan controversy will never leave you because of how it started and how it is going?
Who is not leaving it? It is only the greatest spin doctor of India. Mr. Modi is not only leaving it.
But that's what my question to you, sir. Don't you think that the Congress and in this case the DMK has given enough ammunition to Prime Minister Narendra Modi, in turn the Bharatiya Janata Party, to use this against Congress and DMK?
You have to understand one thing, that the Congress party is clear in its stand, okay? And we are equal to all religions, we all respect all other religions and religious practices. One thing is very clear in Bajrang Balli, BJP, particularly Mr. Modi wants to use religion in election, and he has used it in Bajrang Balli, in Hanumanji in Karnataka, and Hanumanji punished him in Karnataka. Therefore, they lost their miserable loss in Karnataka. They are not able to find the LOP of that state also. Therefore, the same thing will happen in Madhya Pradesh. They will lose miserably. Because
Mr. Vadakan, would you like to respond to that?
The Hindu religion, people are very clear and they will punish these kind of pseudo-fellows.
If you give me the opportunity, I will respond.
Yes, please. Go ahead, Mr. Vadakan.
This Sanatana Dharma issue started by Stalin and Son Company Private Limited, which is a dynamic.
What the point that Mr. Tagore was making was that Karnataka Congress came back from not being in power to being in power, and how. And even there, this entire Sanatan Dharma aspect, or probably invoking Lord Hanuman, everything was used, but nothing worked for the Bharatiya Janata Party. And Congress says similar things are going to happen in Madhya Pradesh. How do you respond?
Oh, I didn't know Mr. Tagore has become an astrologer. What has happened in Karnataka has happened in Karnataka, but these are different states. And these are states which are entwined with Sanatana Dharma. This is not about using Sanatana Dharma. This is when you go and say that you will wipe out Sanatana Dharma from the Indian history, then you have to suffer it. And when you do that, well, as an opposition party, they have a right to say whatever they want, but then it's for the people to respond. So every time they sing this song of Karnataka victory I mean, Karnataka is one victory, but what is their condition all over the country? He says he'll win in Madhya Pradesh. Let's wait for the election results. And that will tell you exactly where their position is, whether they are getting wiped out in Madhya Pradesh. And then I'll argue with Mr. Tagore again and ask him the same very questions.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Tom Vadakan and Mr. Manikam Tagore, for joining us on the broadcast. The poll pitch heating up in poll-bound Madhya Pradesh, and these kind of discourses are going to be a regular till the results are announced on December 3rd. Now,